Thanks for joining Sales with Suli, a mom of three who spent the last 12 summers knocking doors. Welcome to my podcast where I talk about all things women, the ups and downs of my journey, and what it takes to find success on and off the doors. Enjoy this episode. Hey, welcome back to this week's episode. I'm so excited to have these freaking gorgeous women here with me today. I feel so underdressed next to them. I'm every single time I ask one of you ladies to come and be on my show, you guys just dress up so cute, and I just show up with jeans and a t-shirt. But you guys are freaking gorgeous. Thanks for being here. For those who aren't watching the YouTube version, I have these beautiful Latina immigrant women who are a part of my team here for Solar, and it's just been fascinating to kind of see some of the struggles and some of the things that they have overcome, and just how consistent they are in just showing up, not just for themselves, but for each other, for their family, for the team. And so I wanted to kind of take some time, because I know that there are a lot of women out there, even guys too, who are immigrants and just feel so abnormal on your teams and feel what am I doing here? And so that's what this episode is for some of us immigrants out here in this space who have been told or been sold this vision. I wanted to talk and let some of these women be able to explain some of the things that they're going through. But one of the questions that I want to be able to go over with you guys. So first of all, we're going to start from right to left, and we'll start with Susie. Just tell us a little bit about you, your background, and what year you're in with Door to Door.
I am, Susie, I'm come from Mexico City, born and raised. I moved to the U.S. almost 9 years ago for school. I have a background in industrial design. Wow. So I did my bachelor's.
Oh, wait, in design?
Yeah.
No wonder you're so cute with all the things that you do for the team and us. This all makes sense.
Yeah. So that's my background school-wise. And then I came here and I did entrepreneurship and accounting over here. And that's where my journey in door-to-door kind of started after I finished my job over there, and my student visa was about to expire. And then the last month that I had to renew it, I just found this guy that was able to help me out and offer me a job that I had no idea what it was.
In door-to-door?
Yeah, but I had no idea.
Wait, so did you only do pest control for a month?
No, I did it for a summer.
You're talking about pest control. She's talking about another.
Yes.
Did you do another? You did other sales before pest control?
Yeah, I did business to business.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
Yes. So, I had no idea that was the job. I just talked to the guy. I explained my situation with immigration, and I was like, I need you to do this letter for me if you want to hire me, all this. And he's like, sure, I'll do it. And I was like, this is a God sign or something, because he doesn't know me at all. He doesn't know if I'm even good, but he was willing to do it for me. So wow. At that point, when I show up to the office and I start looking at the sales thing, and we have to drive our cars and kind of go knock business to business, and that was purely commission based. And I was just no way, no, this is not happening to me. But they approved my visa for them. So I was like, okay, this is I don't have any other option, kind of a thing. And that's how I started my journey in door to door.
So you did business door to door, and then you did pest control, and now you're in solar.
Exactly.
So basically, okay.
Yes.
I love it. Yessie, tell us about you, what year you're in, and how'd you get into door to door?
Well, this is my first month.
Period.
Yes.
And Yezzie's a badass, FYI.
I like to think so. So I'm from Mexico as well, but from Hidalgo. It's 2 hours from Mexico City. I moved here 7-8 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I went to school. I finished my associates on medical assistant. Then when I finally got to see what they did I didn't like it.
You're like, no, this is not the life for me.
Yes, I thought it was going to be different, but it wasn't. And then Pamela, she was, I remember the first year that she started with Aptiv, she was like, oh, you need to meet Sully and look at her Instagram, look at all what she's done. I was like, hi, Pamela, like, she's like 1 in a million. What are you thinking? He's like, no, you gotta come. She's amazing. And all
she
these
never
things.
even knew me in real life.
Yeah. Yes.
Very convincing. I mean, like the most convincing person.
Right?
Yes.
That's why she's over here closing. I love this.
And then I was like, okay, you go ahead. You go meet her. Just tell me how it is, and then I can go
I'll think
next.
about it.
Yes.
I'll pray about it.
That was her summer, and then I came, like, I did the Blitz in October.
And you
The
did
3
better
weeks.
than anyone else who had
Yes.
door-to-door experience. FYI. Yes, he was like, this is why I love first-year reps and why I don't really like having third, fourth, fifth, sixth-year reps on the team, because it's like we know it on, we're too good. Like it's hard for us to be adaptable, and because you knew nothing, you're like, they told me to do this, let me go and do it. And you just go and do it like exactly. And it's just been like so fun, like watching you. But we definitely have our high highs and our low lows. And so it's just been kind of fun to watch you in your zone. Star or Estrella, tell us
Here
a
I
little bit
go.
about you and how you got into the space.
Yeah, this is Estrella, a star in English.
Yeah,
I
Estrella
always say
means
that
star.
on the doors, and they were like,
That's a good
That's
icebreaker.
that's an amazing name. Yeah, I was like, thank you so much. Yeah, so I arrived as well for Pamela. She's my cousin, and Jessie is my cousin.
Pamela's like,
Yeah,
we call,
she's
yeah,
a beast.
she closes everyone to come and do whatever she wants.
Yeah, I
them to
know.
do.
She's the best. She inspired me to come over here and just to meet Sully, that she's the best ever. Right now, can say it. And so I used to be an accountant in Mexico City. Well, we live in Hidalgo. So I'm a mom. I have a girl, she's 5. And I'm really happy to be here, just trying to live this experience and do my best every single day, because it's my first time doing this. I never do door-to-door before.
Yeah.
So this is my first experience, and I think I'm getting better.
Yeah, you are.
So-
I tell Pamela and like Walter this all the time. I remember when we first met you in Salt Lake at the hotel in downtown. I was like, they
Are
can
you
come, but
serious?
hopefully they learn English. Yeah. And like listening to your English, like back then and now, like I've been so impressed. Like
Yes.
we Americans, let me not group everyone, Sully, lazy. Like my husband speaks Spanish and I can't even go learn another language. Here you are, like all of you guys, like this isn't even your guys' first language. You guys are doing one of the hardest jobs on the planet and have to learn English. Like where you've come from, Australia, like I'm blown away.
Yes,
Like, it's been
it
so
was my first challenge over here, because I didn't understand what you were trying to tell me. I was like, my face, like
She's
yes.
just like this the whole time. That's all. Yeah.
I was remembering. Oh, there she comes, Pamela. I'm afraid because I'm not gonna understand what she's telling me. For reals, I was really afraid, but right now I
love
can
her
understand all the things that you're saying.
So no wonder why this is what they do all day. Yeah, yeah. And then they like go home like, what did she say?
Yeah. And Pamela, she told you this. Yeah, so I really appreciate all your help, Sully.
You guys
Yeah.
are so awesome.
So-
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, Queen of the South.
Yeah.
Tell us about you.
I'm from Mexico as well. I've been here since 2014. I did business administration as a bachelor's in Mexico. Then I moved here.
We got some
Did-
smart ass Latinas on this team.
My-
Like, FYI, you guys are like badasses. People just don't know.
Then I went to college here, did associates in accounting and professional sales.
That's why you're so good at numbers.
I love numbers. That's
I'm over here like,
But in professional sales is where I feel like I discovered my passion for sales and where I realized that money was. and I love talking to people, but the cool thing about it was the fact of being able to crystallize all of our dreams. I saw that was a way that we could achieve all of our goals. And to 2020, I went to Mexico during the pandemic. Then I've got a friend that reached out to me to come and do summer sales.
Pest control.
And the first thing that we saw there, and one of the things that he used to convince me, was your story.
Which I think is so funny.
It is funny because when we saw like your picture there with Walter and the kids, I was actually with Estrella at exactly that time, and I was like, look at her story. It's amazing. If she was able to do it with a family,
Like
oh my gosh,
anyone can.
yes, we can.
Wow.
And then I remember telling Susie, what do you think about summer cells?
Susie was
And
like,
Susie was like,
No way.
no. Well, just think about it. I think Rulon will be doing like so good.
Wait, so did you sell Susie to pest control? Oh my god! It was because of
No, but she doesn't see the whole journey now. We're here.
Yes, and she's like the freaking number one over here. Look at her ass. Like,
So I was like, yes, if we all can do this, this is going to happen. And I remember talking to my mom, and she's like, are you sure you're going to go by yourself? And I'm like, no, Susie's coming with me, and I'm pretty sure maybe my siblings. Later on, it's not going to be right away, but it will happen. And then we will just talk back and forth. Like, I remember texting her, and I was like, we were just talking about life and things like that. And I was like, well, just consider if we go and do sales, there's a lot of things that could like move from all the dreams that we have and all our goals. That could be a vehicle for us.
yeah.
At the end of the day, we end up doing summer sales. And even though it was a hard experience, we learned a lot. And the best thing of that is that we were able to have I don't see any other way that we could be here right now if it wasn't
If you
for
didn't
that.
have that.
Yes.
No, and like I call Pamela Queen of the South because I know it's like a little bit funny, but anyone who hasn't watched that Netflix series should. Like, this woman is just like a badass, and she just makes things happen. Like, it doesn't matter what situation is going on in her life. It doesn't matter like what obstacles, like she just always overcame it. And then I like watch Pamela and like hear you guys' story about like how crummy your guys' first year is, and the simple fact that you guys are like, yeah, we'll try it again with you. I'm like blown away that you convinced your like family, your siblings. I keep telling you, I'm like, might as well bring your mom and your dog and your
They're on
dad. Bring everyone else. But the one thing that I've learned from like Pamela and like some advice for women out there is like, she is one of those who will simply always has a solution. And if she doesn't, she'll find one and try not to complain. And I know that there's some of us women out there who just, you know, we are strong. Like we are awesome. We always figure out problems and issues. But then I also worry, you know, about those strong women too, because we're going to crash. We're going to like eventually, you know, just hit the ground. And I love that you have your family here to be able to catch you when and if you do. And I don't know if they have yet, because I'm sure nobody's telling me. But in the event that happens, like just watching like the way that you like lead and you move, like I've just learned a lot like from you. And I don't even know like these people who are sharing my story out there, but they're right. If this mom of 3 who used to be so fuss and overweight can come and use door to door as like, a vehicle for financial freedom, and people who don't even like speak English as their first English can come and do it. Like, there's no reason that anyone else on the planet can't. But there are some questions that people have like asked me that I felt like that I can answer because I'm not an immigrant. So anyone who feels like they have like an answer for one of these questions, I go ahead and take the mic and respond. But what I do want to know are like, what has been some of your guys' struggles being here in door to door, and just not having English be your guys' first language? Yeah, we'll just have one person answer. I have like 6 questions I'm going to ask. So whoever feels like they.
Yeah, well, for me, as I told you, I was like, I don't like, for certain people, I don't understand what they're saying because they talk too fast. Yeah. I was like, Pamela, I don't know what he's saying. Like, do you understand what he's saying? Because I'm just like, yeah.
So, just like head nod and smile, yes, head nod and smile.
I will say that, and sometimes finding the right words to say what you're trying to say, trying to express yourself, is just one of the hardest things that I have found. And yeah, and pretty much like all the culture is so different, and it's just hard being in another country that is not yours. Like the people, the language, the food, like everything.
Like even the jokes.
The jokes.
Like it's a delayed. It's a delayed like, laugh. That's why
I get it.
Like
now,
sometimes, like sometimes I'll do a joke and I'm like, I have to wait 10 seconds. They'll get it. Like, they'll get it. They'll get it. And then I wait for the laugh and I'm like, they got it. But yeah, no, I know that's tricky, and this is why I'm so fascinated by you guys. Even with all those things, like, what do? Everything's great. You're gonna just go You're just gonna go keep doing it day after day after day. No, I love that. Okay, another question. What have been some of your wins? Someone here, maybe Susie, tell us what's been some of your wins as an immigrant here in Door to Door. What are some of your wins?
I think that one of my wins have been able to not only prove others but myself that I am capable of doing big things, and just picture myself as being at the top of the list, or like receiving a text saying like, oh my goodness, I'm seeing you every week, in the boards. Like, people don't see like the work that is behind, like even emotionally, mentally with yourself. And like, I'm capable of doing this, and all the work that, like, because English is not our first language. So sometimes
you have to work double time.
Like, we have to work double. And in school, sometimes it was like, oh, you have to read this and then comment. We had to read it 3 times because you don't get it the first time, So with doors, sometimes I have to tell people like, can you find another word to describe that? Just because
I love that.
What do you mean by that? And you don't want to offend anybody, and you want to be very careful. And I think the wins are, oh my goodness, we're out there with, like, we didn't grow up here, because you could speak another language, but you grew up here, so you can understand part of the culture or the jokes or what people do because you grew up here, but we didn't. So we came here when we were already grown. I was 25 when I got here. Like, I had my life, my career, everything over there, and I had to start from the ground. Right. So we were like babysitting, when I had a bachelor's degree and everything, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I think it's just like appreciating those kind of things that it's like, like, we did it and we keep going and we are showing up every day, that we are overcoming those challenges. So I think those are the wins, like the mental, the emotional, the little things are the big wins for me.
No, and like, this is like the fascinating thing is like all 4 of these girls, like, people will see on our team leaderboards. Like, English is not their first language. Like, they will smile, they'll be here, they're gonna like show up, and they throw down one way or another. Like, Yesie's having like great weeks, like freaking Stars having an awesome one, freaking Pamela going out and closing, and Susie being like our top setter like this month. Like, it is fascinating to me how many people in America make excuses to go knock doors or go do their job properly, and then there's women like you guys who just don't make excuses and show up. Like, you guys are part of the reasons why I'm like, when someone complains to me about something, I'm like, there's bigger problems, sis. Like, there's far more bigger problems than the simple fact that someone yelled at you today. Like, it's okay.
I just wanted to add, like, at the beginning, at least for myself, it was really hard to kind of overcome the thought of like, I have a career, I speak 2 languages. Why am I doing this? Like, why am I like knocking doors? Like, and sometimes like overcoming that emotion and that thought as a bad thought, instead of like, this is like even better, I'm having the courage to do something completely out of my comfort zone. And people don't even imagine the amount of money that you can make when you
Oh, yeah.
like do this.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
like people see it as like in the doors. People tell us like, go find a real job, and you're like, dude, you have no
You're like,
idea.
if you only
Like,
knew.
you know, like this is where money is. So so I just wanted to add that.
No,
because-
and I love that you say that. Like, there's so many people who are going to look down on door to door or like this space, but if people only knew. And, if I was back in those days and would sit here and talk about like all the things that I have because of it, different story. But there's no way in hell my ass would be in door to door for 15 years if it didn't make some type of financial sense. Absolutely. I'll say that right now.
Yeah.
So, yes, good one for sharing that. I want Pamela to actually answer this. What advice would you give to other immigrants, just other females who are either wanting to get into door to door or who are here and struggling?
I'll say to reach out. I feel that sometimes we feel alone in our journey, but we're not alone, and there's always help around us.
Yeah.
And I feel that as long as we voice what we want and what we want to do in life, there will be always help around. I believe that there's nothing else that can stop what we want. There's no barriers, even though that there's language, there's culture, there's we're women, and there's so many things that we feel that is going to be on our way to get what we really want. But I feel that there's so many people that are on the same journey as we are. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure there's so many out there that we haven't get to know. But just if you believe in your dreams, then go get them.
Yes. No other word to even say but go and get them. And in the show notes, I'm going to include all of the girls' like Instagram handles. So that way for you immigrants out there who are looking for someone to be able to relate to or looking for someone to just simply like ask questions, like I kid you not, like these women here are badasses and will be more than happy to answer some questions for you and make things happen. But before we get off, I want to be able to have each of you guys just leave a tip or a piece of advice that you guys would share with another Latina woman or there's Africans who don't even speak English, but just anyone who this isn't their first language.
Yeah, look at me. I don't even know how to.
Look at me. Yes, we're looking, sis.
Yes, I didn't know how to speak English, and I think I'm doing a great job.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, thank you, Sully. So this simple job, I love it. I just discovered myself doing things out of my comfy way and my comfy stay. So I'm feeling really proud of myself right now. I can give you a big hug myself because I'm discovering other side of me that I haven't known. So I haven't met that Estrella, that another Estrella that could do these things possible, because I was just doing my job in a room, just like a computer every single day. And it's really different for me, this. And I love it because I think I'm getting better with my self-confidence. I was just like in the floor. So I'm just feeling that I'm another person. I'm just growing up, and I'm discovering myself like being this woman over here, just trying to do my best every single day, and don't give up and come and join to us. We're just really.
She's already recruiting for her team, but I don't know about
yeah, that's
love
what
her.
I can say. Yeah.
Yes, if she can do it, so can you.
Yes, you're welcome to the Latino gang. For me, I would say there are going to be hard days, of course, but there's always going to be the one hope, the one light, and you got to have like just hope. Like last week, I was crying every single day on the streets, but like there's always that one hope that keeps me here, and I know why I'm here. And if Like, just believe in yourself. Just know the reason. Just try. Just try.
Try.
Don't give up. Yeah. Just try.
I would say celebrate your battles. A lot of people don't know what's happening in behind closed doors. And we just show like, oh, everything is good. We have to be strong. We have to go knock and smile and trust the process. And sometimes it's like in the shower when we're crying and it's just like, no one even noticed that this happened, or things like that are huge milestones. So I would say, don't let anybody tell you you can't do anything. Don't let people put their own fears about themselves into you, because whatever they couldn't achieve, you can achieve if you really want to. So that would be my advice. Just go for it, believe in yourself for real, and just celebrate your battles and your little wins, because there's no tiny wins. Everything counts towards the journey.
I love that you said that, Susie. Like, don't allow other people's perceptions or allow other people to project like their failures onto you. Yeah. And so for those of you out there who are just feeling like lonely or just feeling like out of place, just know that there are so many of us who can relate to you and feel the same exact way. And just as these ladies have said, and continue to find success like with each other and during their journey, is they just continue to show up. Like, they have recognized what their dreams and their goals are, and they're not making excuses. So why should anyone else? Again, I'm going to leave their Instagram handles in the show notes. That way, if anyone wants to reach out to them, by all means. They are some of the best women here in the space, and I'm so grateful that I have the privilege of having them here on our team. Again, for those of you guys who are feeling out of place, reach out to us. And until next week, we'll chat, or next time, we'll chat with you then. Thanks for taking the time to tune in. If I've added any kind of value to your thoughts on knocking doors, please share this podcast with another female rep. Until next time, know that you are capable, you are valued, and most importantly, you are enough.